What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Mars Day with Mark. This is number 49. Oh my goodness. This is an exciting week. The week of May 14 to May 21. Ding, 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 ding. It's about that time. So, we got some interesting changes. I'm going to fill you guys in. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you love what's going on in your life because truly, guys, you create your life, you create your existence. And this is going to be a metaphysical weather forecast. I'm going to run you through the astrology of the week. That's what we do every single week. Welcome, Fire family, to the Inner Temple. It's your host with the most, Mr. Meyer, with the fire, here to take the collective vibration higher. And I also kind of want to pull tarot cards on this one. We don't usually do this, but I have a spread I've been trying out, and I really like it. So I'm going to use it today. And today, the sun is in Taurus at 24 degrees. We've got one more week of Taurus season. So this is our first card. This is our significator. It's the King of Pentacles in the Halloween deck. Okay. So this message comes from the King. This message comes from a pretty chill dude. Shout out my Tauruses. Shout out everybody with planets in that constellation. If you don't know if you have planets there, definitely take a look at your own natal chart. And I really encourage everybody listening, follow along with this breakdown through your own natal chart, and you're going to see it hit home, okay? Let's do a degree breakdown, and then we'll talk about where we're going to end up at the end of the week, okay? So it's going to be a little bit of numbers, a little bit of rattling off, but let's get it out. Today, the sun, and I can draw on this chart too, pardon me. I just like kissed all over my cat and rubbed my face all over her, so I'm like kind of itching. I can feel the fur on my nose. Pardon me, y'all. Where are my shapes? Annotate. Thanks for being patient with me. All right. So we have the sun at 24 degrees of Taurus. That's beautiful. We have the moon at 17 Leo. We've got Mercury at 28 degrees of Aries. We've got Venus at 18 degrees of Taurus. We have Mars transiting Aries at 10 degrees. We've got Jupiter at 27 Taurus. Saturn is at 17 Pisces. Uranus is at 23 Taurus, right there with the sun. We've got Neptune at the last degree of Pisces. We've got Pluto at 2 degrees of Aquarius going retrograde. And the North Node is in Aries at 13 degrees, and that's going to put that South Node in Libra at 13. And we also have Black Moon Lilith transiting Virgo at 24 degrees. A lot of cool things happening. So, right off the rip, guys, the sun is trine Lilith today, and it's a beautiful day to film this podcast. And I hope you guys really feel the deep embrace and the deep love that comes from that transit. So, fast forward one week. Oh, I got to drop the annotation thing. Fast forward one week. There we go. Okay, boom. We have the sun in the sign of Gemini at 1 degree. And basically, our moon will move into Scorpio. So we're going to be basically moving into the quarter moon phase this, or I'm sorry, what? We're going to be moving into the full moon phase next week. So this week is really about the quarter to the full moon. All right. So we're about to, I don't want to say about to. This whole week is a waxing week, essentially. You're going to see the moon gaining light. So the moon will be in Scorpio in about a week, and then give it a couple more days. Then we're going to have that full moon in Sagittarius. All right. We're going to have Mercury make its way to Taurus. So there is going to be some action this week. We've got Venus going to 27 degrees of Taurus. Where did my purple go? There it is. All right. 27 Taurus. We've got Mars moving to 16 Aries, and that's important. We'll talk about that later. We've got Jupiter moving to 29 Taurus, Saturn moving up 1 degree, 18 Pisces. We've got Neptune moving a few minutes, and then we've got Pluto moving a few minutes. North Node moving a few minutes, Lilith going up 1 degree. So there are some big changes this week, guys, and let's talk about them. Let's take it step by step by step, man. So first, we'll talk about the moon. Would that make sense? Yeah, this week is about forward momentum. That's what the waxing moon is about, guys. we're really going through the quarter moon. That's how we're starting this phase. So check me out. I'll draw it on the chart where we have the sun in Taurus. And then when the moon goes to basically about 24 Leo, then we're going to have this 90-degree angle. And that's beautiful. And it's just going to be imperative that we make sure we're ready to make the changes that are necessary. Let me see if I can draw that better and do a little bit better charting action. See, that's 45 degrees, or I'm sorry, not 45, but about 90 degrees. You know, if we carry this angle 4 times, we get the whole 360. So you should be seeing those squares. So we get a nice moon square to start the week off, basically. And that just says, really the issue, with this week starting off is getting comfortable with yourself, getting comfortable with other people. This is moon and Leo even. So hope you guys are drinking water. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I want you to take care of yourself. I'm going to encourage you to take care of yourself beyond hoping, wishing, wanting. Like, I might start trying to do subliminal messages or manipulate you guys into caring for yourselves better or something. Because that's the work. We got to take care of ourselves, man. Taking care of ourselves is taking care of the world. All right. And in order to really be comfortable with others, we have to be comfortable with ourselves in some way, shape, or form. And that's really what this conversation is about. Okay. So let's pull a card for the moon. Like I said, I wanted to try this spread. So let's see what the vibes are in the collective, really. Because our intention is peace, our intention is success, it's love, it's all the good things life has to offer. And that's really a Taurus sun conversation. Taurus represents everything good. So I hope everybody's been enjoying this month of Taurus. We have about 6 more days. This is the last week, like I said. So that means that on Monday, is that correct? Monday, we should be seeing the sun switch signs. Yeah, on Monday, the 20th, from Taurus to Gemini. And things will pick up some speed in the season of Gemini. And we can do an extended breakdown if you guys would like. Because I know the May month is basically ending. There was a full breakdown for that. So if you guys want a full Gemini breakdown, we can definitely do that. There'll be a lot of new things to consider in that month, but just understand that this week is really about the true embrace of your needs. It's really about slowing down and having a good time. I mean, haste makes waste sometimes, so don't be lazy. So the Eight of Cups energy is what I'm getting for the moon, this conversation. And this talks about walking away from things, leaving things behind. And I like this because Taurus, respectfully, is kind of like the lazy way. It's the easy way. There's something really integral about Taurus. Taurus really likes to do things correct as well, doesn't like to waste energy. So what I'm getting from our conversation, guys, is as we embrace this week, what things can we walk away from that will automatically free our energy or make life all that much easier? Is there anything that we could stop doing that would improve our life? And also, if you guys study the tarot a little bit deeper, you would see that or know that Eight of Cups is Saturn and Pisces energy. And we do have Saturn and Pisces in the chart right now. So that's something that a lot of people are feeling, is what this talks about. Because what I'm doing right now, I should say, is that I'm reading based on the tree of life. So the moon sphere is really bringing up this energy right now. And do understand that when the moon moves into Virgo, as it will this week, the moon will oppose Saturn. So we have that to look forward to. I usually don't go too deep into the moon transits besides the lunations, but that's something that I'm called to talk about right now, is that, the moon is really, and this is the beauty of the tarot. If I didn't pull tarot cards, I wouldn't have talked about this. The moon is going to oppose Saturn this week. So just understand that that's just going to mean it's toughening up toughening up yourself, being more resilient, more emotionally intelligent, more responsible. And also, Moon Saturn can ask us to confront harder feelings or to really reparent ourselves in some way. to offer ourselves that stability. And digging deep is what I get from this one specifically, the Saturn in Pisces, the moon in Virgo. It's about giving yourself that gentleness and grace, but also just knowing that you're a lot stronger than you think you are. You have way more energy than you think you do. You're way more capable than you could even imagine. And that's what it's about, is saying that, Saturn's given us this opportunity to master our emotions right now in the sign of Pisces. So let's talk about Mercury as well, because I think everybody's understanding this conversation with the sun. And, we've been talking about sun and Taurus for the last 3 weeks, basically. And we understand the moon energy. The moon shows us the rhythm, the tide, how to find comfort. So basically, this week is about working on yourself, guys. And there's so many aspects of your personal life to consider. Make sure you're just working on yourself. Taurus wants you to work on your health specifically and your money, and to make sure those two are in order, that you're making enough money, that you're saving enough money, that you're also just having a value system congruent to live life to the fullest. Because some people are so poor, all they have is money. And that's not any way to live, man. Money won't solve all your problems, but it's going to solve the money problems. So delight in the abundance, be grateful for the abundance. There's a whole stellium in Taurus, guys. So life can be really delightful if you let it be, if you really take action, if you try, if you believe, if you see, if you act accordingly, and you receive that, you can have the most beautiful life. You can have the most blessed life. It can get better and better all the time. You can't like avoid problems in life, but you can certainly be blessed, is what I'm seeing here and what I'm called to tell you guys. And the sun, as we start this conversation, is sandwiched between Uranus and Jupiter. So there is this energy of freedom in our personal lives and tremendous growth. There's like a golden cloud above us right now, guys. And everybody's learning so much so fast. So do take care. Do take care of yourself and do invest in your growth, guys. This is what it's about. It's just chances make champions, and you are a hero. So never be afraid to invest in yourself, to invest in your growth, or to consume what you want in this life. Taurus is really about the embrace. I know I said this before, but that's what I'm talking about, is like it's time for us to stop denying the things that we want slash need, okay? Because that's also what I feel with this Eight of Cups in the moon energy, is that some of us may have kind of given up on meeting our needs, or have a hard time doing it. It may just be a more troubling area of our life. So, that self-care, nobody said it was necessarily going to be easy, but you will find the more you do it, the better it gets and the more fun you have doing it, okay? Because who you are is amazing. And the more you pay attention to you, the more you improve and the more you embrace yourself, just by definition of looking at you. All right. So that's cool. And, speaking of self reflection, introspection, Mercury's in Aries, guys. And you probably already know that Mercury is how we think, it's our mental life. So when we watch the transit of Mercury, and, watch these planets transit your chart, watch the full moon transit your chart, watch the sun transit your chart, watch Mercury transit your chart. These planets will ingress into your houses, they will egress out of them, they will connect with your planets, they'll make aspects to your planets. That's how you understand your divine rhythm, okay? If that's a little bit hard to grasp, make sure you join Simplified Astrology. Link is in the bio. Or grab the book for free. Either way you want to go at it, the answers are right here, okay? So Mercury is going to show us how we're processing information right now. And it's very fast, it's very direct. That's the energy of Aries. So what's beautiful about this, guys, is that a lot of us have been having an easy time keeping it real with ourselves, being honest with ourselves. So, tomorrow on Wednesday, the 15th, we're literally going to have Mercury move from Aries to Taurus, and that's cool. And this really is about changing mentalities, changing attitudes. It's been full speed ahead. Let me see how long, dude. Like Mercury, and well, we had a really long Mercury retrograde, couple weeks in the sign of Aries. So I'm telling you guys, we've had Mercury in Aries for Too fucking long. Oh my goodness, guys. We've had Mercury in Aries since March 9th, and it's fucking May 14th. Mercury has been in Aries for too fucking long. Oh my goodness. So tomorrow it's over. Tomorrow it ends. Okay, boom, 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 boom. There we go. Ugh. So what does this mean, man? Mercury in Taurus is really going to be about the mind being more feminine in nature. People are going to be a lot more chill this week. Let me tell you guys. People are going to be more unbothered, having a better time. And, do be aware that while Mercury moves into Taurus, it's going to have a rough landing. It really will, dude, because Mercury is going to be square to Pluto. And what that really means is that your mind is way deeper than you could ever fathom, dude. And coming into contact with it, confronting it head on might not always be the most painless or fearless thing. Saying that sometimes growing is hard. And if you can embrace that tomorrow and the next day, this Mercury Pluto square is going to be the most enriching thing for you guys because for those who seek truth, those who want to know the answers, those who, you know, like psychology, like learning. Mercury Pluto square is everything. But this is an obsession and a compulsion. And there's a need to dive deep. And even if it doesn't play out that way, guys, perceptions will be deeper when it comes to Wednesday and Thursday, Friday, and a little bit on Saturday. But Saturday, like Friday, is really where we break out of that square. Okay. So I'm telling you guys, like, even though we're switching from Aries to Taurus, things may slow down, but still be willing to confront yourself because we're going deep this week, guys. And if you're not willing to go deep, you're going to feel very paranoid with this Mercury Pluto energy, or you might start feeling like everything is negative, or everybody's coming out to get you, or that people suck. And sometimes they do suck, let's be honest, but you may be overwhelmed by negativity if you don't realize that your perception is creating your life this week, okay? And it does every week, but it's going to be very intense this week too. And Mercury, Pluto, and this is really apt because it's Taurus. Mercury square Pluto in Taurus says, everybody slow down. Everybody chill the fuck out. Everybody get your direction straight, man. And sometimes you have to just be willing to evolve your mind, completely change your paradigms, let something be destroyed so you can be reborn. Completely change the way that you think about life, change the way that you think about yourself this week. Be willing to change the way you think, guys. That's the message, is because the way that we're gonna think is gonna change. So if you're unwilling, they'll take you out kicking and screaming, dude. You can go the easy way or the hard way. So just get excited. And really, practical advice for this one, y'all. Your journal's your best friend. Your notes app is the most valuable app in your phone. Why? Because it's blank. So give yourself space to organize your mind. Some of y'all still don't fucking hear me, man. But Mercury's going to be there in Taurus for a hot minute all week. Mercury's kind of going to fly through Taurus because retrograde shadow, retrograde motion, I should say. Yeah, Mercury's going to fly through Taurus, y'all. And that's a beautiful thing. So we'll see about 8 degrees. And I'm just peeking at the aspects, y'all. And let me get a card for Mercury too before we move on. Yeah, the aspects. Mercury will make a semi-square with Saturn this weekend too. So yeah, like I said, it's not only gonna go deep, it's gonna get serious too. So, try to be positive this week. Try not to be too negative. Try not to focus too much on the problems to the point where you start to think that you're the problem. Because hard work is hard. And if you just working hard and you just feel bad because it's hard, but you're not seeing the big picture, you're just gonna assume that you're not doing right. And you could be part of the solution for all you know. So let's see what the sphere says. Let's climb this tree, guys. And then we'll start talking about Venus. Ooh, and she's having a good time. God, this is such an exciting week, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this week so much. Let me take off some. Well, before I take off the annotations, I'll get the Mercury's card because this is what we're talking about. And this is probably the most in depth reading we've done with Mars Day. With Mark. Came a long way in 49 episodes. Oh my goodness. Like in the future, I'll probably just edit out the shuffling. We're working on improving. I want just one card. I see, I mean, like in the cards that flew out was clarification for some of us are dealing with a lot of internal work. Arguably, that's all the work ever will be. But processing our emotions, dealing with that stuff, it's not always the easiest. The card is the Eight of Pentacles. Mercury is reminding us about focus, that it's not what we're doing, it's how we're doing it. Okay? Locking in, tightening up. That's the mentality. That's the message right here. Okay? See if you can get more done with less. Work smarter, not harder. Okay? Let's talk about Venus. And just remember, Venus is how we love. Venus is what we value, what we need. Oh, yes, indeed. She's beautiful. Mama's gorgeous. Mm. She's right there, 26 Taurus. And like I said, gang, in a week, hold on, let me back up. No, we don't have to back up. No, I'm tripping, y'all. Today she's at 18. And then where she's going to end up is 27 Taurus. So it's a Venus Taurus week. What we will see this week is Venus crossing over Uranus. And that is going to occur on Saturday. I mean, by hour, it could actually be Friday, Saturday. Let's get very specific, y'all. I guess it really depends on your time zone. For me in Central Standard Time, Venus is going to cross Uranus early in the morning. So it seems like maybe like Thursday, Friday is what it looks like. I digress. You're going to see Venus cross over Uranus this week, and you may not be paying attention to it that exact moment. That's not really the important part, but just understand that while Venus is in Taurus, that continues the conversation we were just having about the sun and getting our needs met and embracing the good things in life. And let's talk about it a little bit more. Venus wants you to have a good time, genuinely wants you to enjoy your life. Venus wants you to be fucking happy. Venus wants you to have what you like. Venus wants you to be paid. Venus wants your needs to be met, etc. There's a lot of ways to look at Venus, but you guys should be seeing the picture, understanding what's going on. Okay? So, what's crazy about Venus Uranus, guys, is that we're elevating our love nature. Pardon me, I'm like moving this chart all the way around. Yeah, let's back that up. Let's go back to the day we're having. Here we go. Yeah, that looks a lot better. That's where we started from. All right, boom. All right, so boom. Venus and Uranus is going to elevate our love nature. You're going to see new connections. You're going to see new people pop into your life, perhaps. Not for everybody, but for some people, this really is about just new connections. This could be new ways to make money. I'm excited for that. We're going to print money over here, guys. Do you know they print money? That's how we get the fiat currency. We could just print more, dude. If you don't have enough money, just get more money. I'm not even trying to be like facetious, like just dead ass literal. Isn't it crazy that with the internet, this is Uranus energy, with the internet, man, you can just make money off your phone doing 101 things, 1,000,001 things, man. You can make excuses or you can make money. Okay? You can make excuses or you could make money and a difference at the same time. It's not even about the money, it's really how you make it. But Don't think for a second there's a shortage, guys. There's a surplus. This world is abundant and rich. It's disparity of resources because people are disconnected from their power because of fear. And that just is what it is, man. And this is deeper than that, man, because you look at the Uranus Sun thing, a lot of people are suffering on this Taurus energy because of their disconnection from self or a dejected, sad perspective of themselves, man. So remember, dude, you're the shit. You are the coolest person in the world. I don't know who needs to hear this, man, but you as a human being have power of creativity. You have a whole personality. You have a whole mind. You can communicate. You can do things. You're on the internet right now, man, dude. You're free. You're literally fucking free. Remember that. You're free. You are free. That's the message I'm called to give you that I need you to receive. You're free. Know that. And if there's conditions that oppress you, make a change. Don't make excuses. Make a change. 99 times out of 100, an excuse is just a way to abdicate your power for not taking definitive actions. So I think everybody's getting the message there, man. I'm not trying to like beat the horse to death, man, but I fucking hate this horse, bro. I love horses, but this horse specifically pissed me off, man. I'm pulling a card for Venus, by the way. I want to kind of see what's up with our love nature this week. Because I was telling you guys, we have Venus crossing over Uranus, but also just understand that as she gets closer to the end of Taurus, she's going to get really close to Jupiter. She'll go through the sun as well, but that's going to be in a minute. So where she ends up at the end of this week, 27 Taurus, she's going to be past Uranus and then she's going to be close to Jupiter, applying to Jupiter, guys. So it's a good money week. It's a good time for you to plant seeds in the universe and to manifest. And pardon me, you know, there's nuance to magic, but speaking of this part of life, this is not a bad week to do prosperity magic, to do money magic, and to open yourself to receiving that type of energy, okay? Not a bad idea because these are auspicious financial transits, guys, truly. Money's not everything, and I'm already hearing that in my psyche as I'm talking about this, but downplaying the importance of money doesn't help anybody, really. So let's not do that. Some people are tired of this money conversation. Like, yeah, let's address that angst, all right? Because it isn't helping us. It's okay to be frustrated by life, but let's just make a change. Let's keep growing, okay? And let's see what Venus says because I'm telling you what I think and know these things to mean. But I like to pull tarot cards to see behind the scenes. Venus is trying Lilith this week as well, guys. So if you really reach deep into your core, if you don't neglect, if you don't deny what you want, you're pretty much likely to get it right now. If you're just fucking honest with yourself, man, this is going to be a really good week. Oh, yes, indeed. Uranus is trying Lilith as well. So shit is getting stirred up right now, man, for the better, for good. You may not be happy or comfortable confronting all this stuff from beneath, but let me tell you, man, that if you can see why you're confronting it, you will be happy. You will be excited about it. Stay excited. Everybody here listening to this conversation is working on themselves. One thing I keep learning about life is that I'm a very attractive person. And that means I'm also a very repulsive person, guys. It goes both ways. It's polarity. If you can tolerate my energy, you're on the way up and up, dude. Because people, like, I don't even want to say people. Good people come around my space. Self-denigrating, deprecating bugs masquerading as humans are not able to stand in my energy. They wouldn't have made it to this part of the video, quite literally. So this is confirmation for you. You're very conscious, you're present, you're awake, you're alert, you're not sleeping at the wheel, my dude. Love that for you. Love that for us. Let's go. I have so much to tell you guys, but let's see what the sphere of Nedzak says. Do you guys climb the tree? We're going to climb it more often, guys. Oh, yes, you do. If you guys feel called to try this spread at home, try it out. So Nedzak says, be fucking honest. Venus says, don't lie. King of Swords energy. Decide what you want. Some of y'all still don't hear me. Decide what you want, go after it, feel good about it. It's a three-part process. It's easy as one, two, three. Decide what you want, go after it, and have a good time. Enjoy it. And all three are required to live the good life. Okay? Do I need to explain that? Because I really think it makes sense to me, but yeah, guys, if you don't know what you want, you don't really go for it. If you're not pursuing something, you sit still. And if you have what you want, but you're rejecting enjoying it, that's on you. So life ultimately, guys, is as hard as you make it and as beautiful as you let it be. All right. And that's the conversation this week. Let's talk about Mars right now and know that Mars starts at 10 degrees of Aries, like we talked about. And then at the end of the week, Mars is going to move to 16 Aries. And you'll see the North Node sitting here at 13. So, yeah, Mars is going to sweep the North Node like a sweep kick, like knock your legs out from under you. Mars is not fucking around. Mars is fighting its ass off, dude. Mars loves Aries, having a good time. And this is how all of our energy works. There's actually if you follow the order of the tree of life, the sun is next. So we're gonna pull a card for the sun and speak to everybody's life and their joy and just understand that this is the energy to be. Don't take this personally, but at the same time, take this as personally as you can. Take what empowers you and leave the rest, all right? Because we are shifting gears, like we talked about. The sun will transition this week into Gemini. So we have to be fluid. We have to be really willing to adapt. And that's the secret. And it's kind of funny that the sun is giving us moon energy. So embracing your feminine, that's what Taurus is about. The moon exalts in Taurus. Embrace your feminine energy. Embrace the goddess within. Hail Isis, the divine mother. Give it time as well, is what the moon says. Not everybody is on life for the same reasons, guys. It'd be naive to think we all have the same lessons. So that's what's coming up here. It's to say that you got to connect with your inner self and know that that does shape and mold and build the outer one and vice versa. But do center within, okay? And the moon card also is a obligatory reminder. Feel your feelings. Connection is direction. If you feel lost, just trust your heart. Connection is direction. Remember that. So Mars, this is crazy, guys, because Mars in Aries, this is our energy, our masculine force, and it's just home in the sign that it loves and prefers. So you're gonna see a baseline energy. And mind you, Mars has been here for some weeks. Mars loves Aries. About 2 weeks, Mars has been here. So people genuinely know what they want. Most people are going right the fuck after it. And this is saying that there's a burst of life, of flashes of energy, man. You're gonna feel motivated. And the real question, everybody always feels motivated, but the real question is, what are the motives? And are you intrinsically motivated or extrinsically motivated? One isn't better than the other, but you have two types of motivation. You'll probably go further with the intrinsic because it's not contingent on outside circumstance. So Mars here is telling me to tell y'all, check your purpose, man. Check yourself. What do you want from life, truly? We were just talking about this. But when it comes to the North Node conjunction, which is the key theme this week, guys, cut the bullshit out of your life, man. The things that you're doing every day that fucks up your life, stop doing that shit, man. I don't know who needs to hear that and where that applies, but I'm telling you, that's the message is leave the bullshit alone, man. When you leave the bullshit alone, when you focus on your path, what you do supports your luck and blessings, man. This life is really about action because it's wish and will and manifest and light candles and bay leaves and blah 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 on one hand and then bullshit in the other, man. What's gonna fill up first? Absolutely the bullshit. So are you about that action or not, man? People are lazy as fuck. Me, I'm people. All right. Don't shoot the messenger. Let it empower you. Discipline is the obligation to earth. So just understand that this is like the baseline. If we're not disciplined, we don't grow. So many of us may have great discipline. Maybe some of us are building it. Either way, wherever we find ourselves on the spectrum, just know that discipline is investment in yourself. Your whole job, the whole world's job right now, the people in the world, our job is to build ourselves, Aries North Node. And it's crazy, guys, because the ruler of the North Node is conjunct the North Node, saying, dude, full speed ahead for you personally. I'm seeing a lot of people here looking to others right now. And let's be clear, that's the South Node's energy. A lot of people are looking to others, trying to figure out, what do I do? What's the best thing for me? What do people want? And you're not like wrong for wondering that. But ultimately, it's like, why do you ask others what your purpose is? That's what doesn't make sense. Why do you need others to confirm your purpose for you? Like, this is the motivation conversation. Are you intrinsically or extrinsically motivated? I do what I like because I like it. It's my purpose and it does serve the world. I don't do it because I want to be liked. Oh, I love being liked, but dude, it's not what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. You get me? So hope everybody can receive that because that's really the vibe. That's what it's about. A lot of people doing what they think they need to do because they think others need to do it because they think that their survival, success, or security is contingent on the emotions of other people. Fuck no, it's not. It's this people pleasing energy. It's this wishing too much vanity. Fuck people's feelings, man. Go live your life respectfully. All right. Let's talk about Mars though. Let's get the card for Mars. So like I know I'm already giving you the sauce, guys, but just understand when we pull Mars energy on the tree or even in the astrology chart, this shows us what to remove from our lives. Mars is the destructive force. It's how we sever things out of our life, guys. This is why, like I said earlier, a lot of people can't stand this heat in this channel. Like, if you're still listening to me, man, you're focused on ascension because anybody else who's not about that gets so pissed in these spaces. If you've ever been in one of my live sessions, you see this, man. Some people just don't like to change or grow or be inspired. And I think there's like two types of people in this world, man. You either a problem person or a solution type of person, man. All right. So what's Mars got to do with this shit, man? I think you also would benefit from hearing that sometimes taking action is better than nothing when there seems to be no direction. Rest is beautiful. We do need rest. I'm not saying it's not important, but I'm saying that if you feel stagnant, stuck, like things aren't working for you, doing nothing generally doesn't do anything. So just do something. Even if you don't know where you're going, sometimes you can just act. But what has to be removed is magician in reverse, this energy. What has to be removed is the abdication of responsibility. We got to stop telling ourselves that we don't create our life. We got to stop assuming that other people control us. We got to stop assuming that life is bad. And we got to stop creating bullshit for ourselves. Self imposed defeat, self imposed punishment. And just understand, we've also got Chiron in Aries too. So Mars will go conjunct Chiron. So hear this now before this happens, guys, that you got to stop fucking up your own life. There's percentage levels to this, man. No body on earth is done. So just understand that everybody takes a dose of this medicine, this message. We grow in self-awareness, then we can grow in accountability, and then we can bring healing. Okay? not just for ourselves, but for the world. And that's what this conversation is really about. It's about us, it's about everybody. It's about if I become a better me, we become a better us. That's this conversation. All right. And I hope you receive it gracefully because this is such a beautiful thing. This is amazing. And if we all saw this, we'd be a lot more hopeful. We'd be a lot more ready to conquer our day and get out of bed with excitement. We'd feel more lit up. We'd feel more inspired and passionate if we just knew that the kingdom was within us. And the more that we focus on us, the more that the world would thank us. That's beautiful. So don't feel afraid of putting yourself first. Recognize that putting yourself first is required right now, okay? Let's talk about Jupiter, guys, because Jupiter is really going to finish up this transit very soon. Jupiter is at 27 degrees of Taurus today, and at the end of the week, 29 Taurus. So this is like the final week of Jupiter in Taurus before Jupiter makes its way into Gemini. And just understand, Jupiter is a spiritual energy. Jupiter is huge. The further we get from the sun, the more spiritual it gets, guys. So Jupiter is going to be very big, very cosmological, large. Jupiter helps us grow, it expands, it gives meaning for our lives. So the Jupiter Taurus year, the transit we've been through, guys, that we're still feeling the end of is that this earth is rich and abundant and huge gains have been seen this whole year. Now, I could leave it at that, but I could elaborate huge gains. And this may be monetary, this may be financial, this may be emotional, this may be spiritual, this may be all of the above. There's an abundance here, man. So it's really important to get clear about what you want to receive, where your values are, what you like, what you dislike, so you can act accordingly. Because the question I have is, do you believe you, or do you just sell yourself bullshit? When it comes to what you think, how you operate, what you assume about life, what your actual core beliefs are, do they make sense? Are they based on experience? Do they support your life? Do they help you grow? Or do they limit your potential? Because that's what Jupiter is. Belief, and Taurus is integrity, like the life, the value, the substance. So the conversation here, guys, do your beliefs even make fucking sense to you? Are you still believing something that you never questioned? Let's stop that shit, bro. A mind that can't think for itself is useless. All right? We have to question our assumptions in life, guys, in order to grow. Because assumptions can be formed predominantly unconsciously, and we do create them and they do control us. So just know that it's not wrong to question your assumptions. It's actually very right to question your assumptions. Okay. We'll see the card that Jupiter's given us, what this energy is about. Have faith in life, guys. Have faith in the future. Know that your future is way better than your past. Your biggest victories are yet to come. I'm not trying to sell you vague optimism. That's literally how life works, guys. If the best already happened for you, man, life would literally be over already. It's not. All right. The past is finite, guys. You can't change the past, but the future has unlimited upward potential. So truly, the future is always bigger than your past. And then we've got the Page of Wands here for the Jupiter energy, just saying, man, if you just stay centered, if you can just take a step today, you're never done. You're never down. You're never out for the count, and you're never broken, hopeless, or gone. You have power. Jupiter wants to remind you, spiritually, you have power. So try not to give everything to God. Trust a higher power. Trust that there's a higher order of things. You're connected to a bigger all, and that all loves and supports you, but it supports you with power. It supports you with personal agency. So don't give away your power to God. Don't. God gives you power to use it. All right. So let's talk about Saturn, because this is really about responsibilities, man. And I'm already leading you into this conversation. Jupiter rules Saturn right now. Saturn in Pisces. And and while Saturn's in Pisces, Jupiter will continue to rule Saturn. And do understand, guys, that when Jupiter makes its way into Gemini, Jupiter will make a square with Saturn at some point. And this is growth. This will be rough for some people. This will be rough for everybody, guys. So you embrace it with a smile on your face and you get the good things out of it because you love growth. People who are unconsciously aware of this transit or otherwise unaware of Saturn square Jupiter are going to feel very stressed the fuck out, or they may feel like life is pressure testing them, or they might feel like they lack stability and meaning. Jupiter square Saturn is one of the hardest transits, truly, guys, because it's both forces that you need to grow in life kind of fighting against each other. So I'm telling you guys, you have to be aware that you're responsible for your own growth in this life, no matter how hard it feels. There's the energy of nature going through you. So you don't have to really like force yourself as hard as you might think to get yourself to grow. Just surrender to your nature and adapt to your nature. Don't try to make nature adapt to you. But just understand about this Saturn. Let's reel it back because I kind of jumped into the aspect. Saturn, and maybe as I reel it back, you'll see the aspect even more. Saturn and Pisces, man. What are our true responsibilities right now? Where are the limits? Where are the obligations? What's the lesson? This is what we're getting a chance to master right now. And Pisces is spirituality, empathy, emotions, giving, sacrifice. So these are the lessons, man. This is about self-reliance, saving yourself, not martyring yourself to the point of creating a victim out of yourself. And quite truly, where we segued into this conversation came from Jupiter saying that, there is a higher power which blesses you, but if you abdicate responsibility to God, God's not going to give you power. Let me say that shit again, dude, because I need you to understand this shit. You come from source. God is all. God is all that is. It is the all that it is. So it does give you power. If you abdicate responsibility to God, you will not get power. God is trying to empower you right now. Okay? Not the other way around. You're not here to empower God. Fuck this gospel. I hear like snakes hissing in my head. It's this hypnotic spell, this mass hysteria from the Crusades still echoing in this fucking world. This religious programming has people unconsciously indoctrinated by fear. People who aren't even religious. It's bullshit. It's this Western mass hysteria. It's this one nation under God, this misunderstanding of divinity. And this is what Saturn is helping us realize right now, among other things, man. One thing the world doesn't seem to be lacking, even though you may disagree based on experience, the world is not lacking compassion. The world is having empathy. The world is having love. But the challenge for everybody is self-reliance, saving yourself. And really, Saturn in Pisces is like a fear of being alone. So you might have a lot of people afraid to be by themselves right now, to spend time by themselves. A lot of people connecting to the world through a lot of fear. And that creates all different types of challenges and interesting issues and complications when it comes to love and true, genuine connection and honesty. And also, you got to understand this is the big picture. This is Pisces and this is Saturn. And in this conversation talks about you may not have all the answers, and maybe you shouldn't expect yourself to have them all. And looking up to a higher order of things can make things fall into more proper perspective. But if you are a limited part of the all, you can't expect yourself to be the all. I think a lot of us, at least on this side for sure, have realized you're an immortal, limitless being. So why the fuck are you here in this stupid form? It doesn't even make sense to the mind or the ego. But you just got to remember it's the emotional intelligence, the emotional memory, and the intellectual property that you form in this life that really matters and shapes your soul, okay? That's what matters. The lessons you learn here, that's what you take after this life is over, all right? Saturn is a beautiful thing, guys. And because I'm keeping it G real with y'all. The beautiful thing about Saturn Pisces, though, is you can truly build your dreams. And that's what's encouraged. For some, what's required. Take your imagination and create it physically. I want to say also, Jupiter is trine Pluto right now. And it's going to continue to move into the trine with Pluto as we go. We'll talk more about this, guys, but it's really about time people lead, rise up and lead. Be your best self. This whole conversation is leading to this, guys. It's leadership. The true embrace of the spark of life and collective responsibilities means leadership. being your best self, finding superior conduct, being a superior being. What does that mean? Be better every day. And don't ever give yourself a day off from being better. You always have to do better than you did yesterday. That's the standard that you need to set for yourself, guys. The only way to grow in this life is to change your standards. We were just talking about this in our conversation. You're responsible for your growth. How do you grow? The only way to grow is to change and raise your standards. I'm telling you guys, expect more from yourself. Be loving with yourself. Don't bully yourself. Don't dominate yourself into action. Negotiate with yourself. Talk to yourself. Ask yourself nicely, perhaps, but raise your standards, man. Yeah, I don't know who needs to hear this, man, but you'll probably get a lot more if you try not bullying yourself. For real. Get a lot less resistance. I can speak from experience on that one, man. This moon is in conjunct Saturn right now, so I hope this is hitting home for whoever needs it because I feel like I'm talking oblique, but I hope this person received it. That's what it's looking like. Yeah, Saturn is moving. Oh, well, Saturn is moving semi-square Pluto. Do you guys see that? And this sucks, but what's happening is we're having to confront how we create our own bullshit, how our fears, how even the shape of our consciousness, beyond how we interpret fear or love, the shape of our psychology can create our own bullshit. And that can be primarily unconscious. And then it's like, is that even our fault? No, not really. But it is your responsibility. That's the bullshit thing here, man. It's like you don't really cause these problems, but you have to deal with them. So I hate saying this, man, because we love being positive, but this Saturn Pluto energy is like life ain't fair, bro. It's just not gonna be fair. So you got to be cool with that. You're gonna have to stop bitching and complaining and just make a change. Just be responsible. Don't make excuses, like we talked about. That's what this one's about. Let's pull Saturn's card, man. Well, I did get one card falling out already. And I felt like that was no coincidence, synchronicity, man. Eight of Swords is Saturn's energy right now. Saturn says, hey, man, if you got problems, maybe you're a solution. Maybe these are the catalysts to your growth. Maybe you need a challenge. Maybe initiation and testing wasn't supposed to be easy, right? Maybe this is the only way you can really discern if you've developed true mastery. So that's kind of what I'm seeing right here. So, guys, let's talk about the other outer planets. Uranus is the sphere of Da'ath. So we might not necessarily go here. Just know Uranus is raising the frequency of our Earth. 7-year transit. Uranus trine Lilith. Shaking things up, man. Having a good time. But do understand Uranus and Taurus up here, guys, is a baseline instability that everybody has to deal with on this Earth. So just try not to be too serious about things not being how you want or not feeling too comfortable or you being forced to grow and stretch or feeling like sometimes you lack the resources you want, like you want more sleep or you want more energy or you want more money or you want more food or you want nicer clothes or whatever the fuck it is, the shiny object. Just know that you're blessed. Don't neglect your needs, but do know that sometimes you have to stretch. All right. Sometimes when things are going crazy outside, your job is to be calm in the storm. All right. So Neptune is in Pisces, and this is a more cultural thing. And Neptune loves Pisces. There's a outer planet in a sign of its rulership. So there's a lot to say, but there's also not too much to say. It's a spiritual revival. We could talk about this endlessly, actually, a spiritual revival in our world. And then some people may be feeling disillusioned or lost because of the way that they're connecting through their own universal consciousness. When you see a planet like Mars in Aries or Neptune in Pisces in their essential dignities, it almost feels like, this is business as usual. This is just the way the world is supposed to fucking work, right? But let me tell you something I'm seeing about this conversation right here now. That Lilith is moving into opposition with Neptune. All right. And Lilith is the faster moving body. So I'm going to say that again. Lilith is moving into opposition with Neptune. Trying to get the pencil. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Yeah. So she's pushing that way, not the other way around. So what does this mean? This means, like the sun told us, we have to embrace the divine feminine. Every person in the world is a mixture of masculine and feminine energies, and the key is balance to integrate both at the same time. By and large, this world is suffering from an abundance of masculine energy, a disparity, disconnection, or disproportionate amount of feminine energy in response to it. Masculine energy kind of dominating the feminine energy. And once again, guys, this supersedes physical gender or sex. I'm telling you, man, you can see men being cruel to women. You can see women being cruel to men. You can see women being cruel to themselves. You can see men being cruel to themselves. It's all this fire, not enough water, needing love, needing connection, needing to support our women, and also to come back into more alignment with our animist way of living. The fact that spirit lives in everything. A lot of people are just disconnected from life in general, disconnected from each other. So this talks about, I mean, we just had Mother's Day, but this is about rising up and embracing our mothers with love, with truth. And Neptune represents the culture, guys. So I just want you to understand that while this might be a little bit far out and like more esoteric, that's the point, is that you're going to see a lot of cool stuff happening for women's rights. As it should, man. It sucks that we have to fight for women's rights right now, but like, let's just do it. Not trying to complain unnecessarily, but this is where the awareness needs to go, guys, is that like women are still marginalized in this world. And that's absolutely not fucking okay. So we have to register to vote. We have to treat each other with kindness. We have to vote in our elections, be politically informed, give a damn about who you are electing to represent you and make your laws. You have to sign petitions when they resonate with the true needs of the collective. But you have to be an example and a leader every day on how to protect feminine energy. So this is about being stronger too, guys. Let's be very clear. Because Lilith and Virgo is a crazy conversation. I'm gonna see what the Neptune card is talking about, but this is helping us connect to Neptune. Lilith is repressed emotion, guys. It doesn't always play out that way. For some people, this is the inner flame that transforms everybody, Fire Fam. Let me tell you, Keepers of the Flame, Lilith is that shit. But some people are so fucking afraid of their darkness, Lilith only can punish them because they will never embrace her. You understand what I'm saying? You'll understand it at some point, man, because what people are suffering from more than anything, and it sounds like to some, I wish he'd just stop talking about this, denial. Suffering from fucking denial, dude. And it's this mass hysteria caused by that shit or influenced by it, I could say. It's definitely wrapped up. I don't know if it's the cause, but dude, the fact that people can't feel their feelings, people want to justify, it's not even complaining, it's more so justifying. It's like neglecting things that are going on in our life or going wrong in the world. That's just the problem. And I want to be clear, guys, like the human experience is not about just putting out fires. It's not about pointing all your attention on, you know, strife, but it is about solving things when they come up. So this will come up more and more. We'll see Lilith move over the months. But just understand, guys, that there is a reconnecting with the divine woman, the divine feminine, the womb. That's happening in the culture right now, guys. So you're gonna see more feminism, and we need this. You know, and feminism doesn't mean women are better than men, guys. It just means women should be equal to men. I know it can sound to those programmed by the patriarchy that feminism demonizes men. And let's be clear, guys, some hurt women do want to hurt men very much. And those aren't feminists, but feminism is about bringing us back to equal. All right. And that's Pluto Aquarius energy. Let's get the Neptune card though, before I forget. Forget what? That I was a world before I am a man? That I was a creature before I could stand? Corey Taylor's not lying, bro. Check his chart. Or I might review it for you. Oh, that felt like the real cards. I got two cards. That felt like both spheres. Oh, man. Pluto in Aquarius really talks about, guys, that the power is in your actual mind. The truth will free us. The truth will empower us. Do you really want the truth? And I think most of us do here, guys, but just be clear that to get the truth, you have to change the powers of your perception. Convictions, beliefs, assumptions, these can be a bigger enemy to the truth than lies. So you got to be able to challenge your perceptions and even to modify your perceptions in some way to understand if you have an objective awareness. Let me say this shit again, dude. A mind that can't think for itself is fucking useless. It's good to ask questions, man, but if you can't accept your own answers, you're not thinking for yourself. All right. So Neptune's energy was the emperor. And I saw this yesterday or the day before in a reading on this same sphere, no joke. And this is the same context, man. Neptune, the divine mother wants us to embrace our divine masculine. And this continues on the conversation we were just having, basically saying that for us to truly be loving and compassionate, for us to actually help the divine feminine, what are we gonna do? Be about that fucking action. Emperor energy. We're gonna be stronger. We're gonna be more disciplined. We're gonna protect ourselves and our women and our children. You understand? That's what this shit is about, man. We're gonna teach others to respect and love themselves and each other. Emperor energy. We're gonna be about that action. And I kind of see and I feel this. The Lilith Virgo is just so much repressed rage from having to serve an unthankful collective. It's the collective rage of the thankless, blamed women in this world. And also, the men who've been hurt in the process of this patriarchal disposition towards life. This shit affects everybody, y'all. This is not a gender conversation, even though it directly is affecting our women and therefore our men. Like I'm saying, like not trying to be confusing with my words, but truly, guys, this is just a people thing. So spirits, like nobody likes to talk about this. This is what I'm hearing. This shit sucks. This is not fun. But ultimately, what it is just letting out negative emotions, releasing repressed emotion, letting go of our anger. And what I see Mars pointing towards is physical exercise, body composition, working on yourself. You're going to feel a lot better. So the message from Pluto comes through, Tower in reverse. You guys ain't seen nothing yet, man. You think this world is crazy now? You ain't seen nothing yet. For real. We have 20 years of Pluto and Aquarius, guys. So the way that we're evolving at an exponential rate already when it comes to the compiling of resources globally and intellectually, you haven't seen anything yet, man. I know they said flying cars by fucking 1980 and look where we are now, but guys, we're working on it. And it's not even about the flying cars. That was low key a joke, but dude, I'm telling you, like uploading your consciousness to the internet, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a unified world without boundaries, time and space effectively not existing anymore. Like a lot of things are about to change. So really, The people have to change with the times. We play by new rules every single day. So get excited that every day you create your reality and nobody can stop you. Sovereignty comes from within, guys. Understand this about Pluto and Aquarius and Uranus and Taurus. The frequency of the fucking earth is rising. And it's easy to look at the world and, oh my God, the powers that be. I think they're oppressing me. Man, fuck that Illuminati garbage. Seriously. Fuck that shit, bruh. Understand that the frequency is going so high, man. People have to walk in love and truth in this world. It's not going to be an option, it's going to be a requirement. You guys remember the American Revolution? Like, I think it was Pluto Capricorn, late Pluto Capricorn, but this does feel like revolution energy once again. And this is like, you can either walk love in truth or you can walk the fucking plank and you can choose. But those are the options: love and truth or death by dishonor. It might not always feel that serious, but it is that serious. Sometimes it doesn't play out that serious, but the principles are such. And just understand, guys, life is about evolution. Life is about learning. So if you learned a lot today, but you also felt like there were things you didn't understand in this message, just understand that it wasn't for you. And the fact that you want to learn is you growing, you evolving. And just really the people that are at the most at risk, trust me, the people that are the most at risk in this life are the ones that choose not to learn. Those are the people that elect for willful ignorance, living in a world of information, having the internet at the tip of your fingers, claiming we don't have the education, the tools, or the knowledge to do the things that we want or attain the things we desire is an absolute fucking farce. It's an abomination. It's the most bastardized violation of the truth. And I hate it. People understand how to change their lives. They simply just don't want to, man. And it's kind of easy because this world sucks, man. For a lot of people, not only did their mom and dad fail them, society failed them, and their fucking God failed them, dude. And it just makes this pattern conditioning of hopelessness and despair and feeling like you're uh subject, that you're an object and you're not the subject, basically. That's what I'm seeing. People feeling like they don't create their world when they do. All right. The word is responsibility. I love y'all so much, man. I hope you enjoyed this video because I enjoyed making it. I hope that this took your vibration up. I hope this took your paradoxes out and you got more excited to go make your life exactly what you want. Be the person you admire and give that person to the world, man. That's your true goal in this life. Okay. Enjoy this week, guys. We have a blessed, beautiful week ahead of us. Only thing we got to do is stop caring about it being perfect and stop caring about what other people think, among other things. Okay. I'll see you guys soon. Next time it'll be episode 50. That's going to be a special episode. And I'll see you guys before then. Blessed be, blessed we. Yes, indeed.